Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has given reasons why the country under Russia attacks is currently launching offensive actions deep inside Russia territories, saying, almost every single day, Russia fired hundreds of drones and missiles into Ukrainian cities, especially civilian or residential areas, killing civilians, women and children, specifically stating that, a day before Ukraine military launched the drone strikes that destroyed over 40 bomber plane carriers inside Russia military airfields on Sunday, Russia attacked Ukraine overnight with 480 drones and missiles. Zelenskyy stated this while responding to questions from journalists who engaged him via online video call. Ukraine said on Tuesday that it had hit the bridge connecting Russia and the occupied Crimean Peninsula with explosives planted underwater, in its third attack on the vital supply line for Moscow's forces since the full-scale war began in 2022, according to CNN. According to CNN, Ukraine's security service, the SBU, said on Telegram that its agents had mined the piers of the road and rail Crimean Bridge, also called the Kerch Bridge, and detonated the first explosive at 4:44 a.m. Tuesday. The whole operation took several months, it added. The agency said it had used 1,100 kilograms of explosives which severely damaged the underwater pillars supporting the bridge. Traffic on the bridge was suspended early Tuesday morning, then again mid-afternoon, before resuming shortly before 6 p.m. local time. Although the scale of the damage was not immediately clear, Tuesday's attack is the latest example of the SBU's attempts to blindside Moscow and demonstrate that there are costs to continuing its war. President Zelenskyy on Monday and Tuesday stated that, right now in Sumy region, doctors are providing all necessary assistance to those wounded by a Russian strike. The Russians struck right on the street, hitting ordinary residential buildings. Sleazebags. There have been virtually no days without killings during this whole time, while the United States, Europe, and other global actors have been urging Russia to agree to a ceasefire and negotiations to end the war. But Russia remains fully committed to war, and they prove it with both their strikes and their statements. All of this is the argument for new, tougher sanctions against Russia. I'm grateful to all Americans and Europeans who support this approach of pressuring Russia into peace. It's extremely important. Russia must feel what war truly means. When asked by journalists whether yesterday's operation might enrage the Russians, I responded that just a day earlier, Russia had launched a massive overnight attack on Ukraine, over 480 drones and missiles. They struck civilian infrastructure, residential buildings. There were casualties, people killed and injured. This happens every single day. Sometimes there's a short pause, and to be honest, we now call it a pause, if there's just no one killed that night. But even then, drones still fly, and people still get wounded. These so-called pauses just mean fewer attacks than usual, but we're still talking about dozens of drones and cruise missiles. So no one cares whether Russia is angry. What matters is that Russia must move toward ending this war, and as a global community, we must all do what we can to stop them. We are very much awaiting strong steps from the United States. We hope he will support sanctions and push Putin to stop this war, at least to take the first step toward ending it, a ceasefire. These are critical things. I believe that from the position of the US, we will be able to achieve this faster. We had reported that the Ukrainian President, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, has confirmed that Ukraine on Sunday launched a large scale of multiple drones to attack and destroy cruise missiles warplane carriers stationed at the military airfields of 5 Russian cities of Murmansk, Irkutsk, Ivanovo, Ryazan and Amur regions, with Zelenskyy saying that it took Ukraine 1 year and 6 months to plan and execute the attacks, stating that all those who were in Russia territories that aided the successful execution of the planned attack are safe and they have all returned to Ukraine.
Osazuwa Network, bringing you the news in a more digital way.